Okay, so it's been a pretty interesting day today. There was the Samsung Unpacked event. Samsung went ahead and announced and officially announced the upcoming Samsung Galaxy Fold 4, the Samsung Galaxy Flip 4, and of course the watch, the Galaxy Watch 5. Trying to order these items here was the most frustrating part of today. It took me hours, and I truly mean hours, to get my orders in. The presentation itself today was definitely not overwhelming in terms of new features coming out, and it wasn't necessarily underwhelming. There are some, a few things that I'm looking forward to seeing, especially the very subtle changes that took place on these devices. And I think that's actually a nice segue into what the theme for Samsung seems to be this year. If you remember the upgrade going from the flagship tablet, the flagship Samsung tablet, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 series, so the S7 and the S7 Plus, to the current flagship tablets, the S8 series, has been fairly marginal, right? On the outside, nothing has changed. Everything is the same. They seem to have taken that over to the Galaxy Fold, Fold and the Flip, right? Not really attention getters, right? So from the outside, the Samsung Galaxy Fold 4 actually looks a lot like the Samsung Galaxy Fold 3, which then begs the question, should you even upgrade if you own a Samsung Galaxy Fold 3? Now, I don't know if many of you are out there planning on buying this particular phone, but it's something that I would like for you to go ahead and really think twice about. Now, if you do go ahead and grab one, of course, you want to make sure that you take advantage of the discounts that they offer. Again, I'm going to have the link in the description that's going to get you there. The other thing is, if you do have a nice phone that you can trade in, because of course Samsung offers these crazy trade-in credits that you could take advantage. If you have a good phone, you could get up to $1,000, like I did at least, trading in my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Then you could trade that in and get $1,000 off, and then they give you up to $200 for you to spend on other stuff, along with the other discount that you can add. I mean, I've made a couple of videos on those. That would be actually the only reason I would say you should upgrade, right? If you really want to grab the Galaxy Fold 4, just make sure that you have a very good phone that you want to trade in so that you can upgrade. Truly subtle changes. I mean, starting off already with the display, right? So the front and the main display. Now, they have changed. The subtle change that took place here is that the aspect ratio is different. It's not necessarily that the phone itself has drastically changed, where they literally built a brand new phone with a larger screen. So they've just kind of played around with the display that they have there and kind of worked it out so that the aspect ratio is slightly different and kind of appears, as a larger phone. So sure, it's not literally the Samsung Galaxy Fold 3 there that I just took and just slapped the name Fold 4, but even though it's a tiny bit shorter, very tiny difference in terms of dimension, it's essentially the Samsung Galaxy Fold 3, the way I look at it. And don't get me wrong, and of course the user experience is going to be affected, especially because they've worked on the inside, the main display, in a way where the bezels are slightly thinner, right? So overall, if you were to compare side by side with the Galaxy Fold 3, you'd be able to feel a slight difference in terms of user experience, comparing both side by side. But if you truly were to own a Galaxy Fold 3 and then you traded that in and then you got the Fold 4, I seriously doubt, that difference is going to be that tangible, right? Again, like I said, image, it's going to certainly seem to be a little bit more expanded, but it's very subtle. At least so far, that's the way it seems. I really can't wait to get my hands on it. And of course, it's still that whole dynamic AMOLED display standing at 7.6 inches. So pretty much a gigantic display for a phone, for sure. In fact, the front display stands at 6.2 inches, so that is essentially the size of a phone, just like we said with the Samsung Galaxy Fold 3. But again, it's not necessarily that that was going to be an issue. It's simply that Samsung went super subtle when it comes down to outside changes. Say the camera, for example. My hope was that the camera on the back of the Galaxy Fold 4 was going to look like that of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which I absolutely love. If you've been watching the channel for a while, then you probably know that it is, my all-time favorite camera on the phone. Unfortunately, it looks just like the camera, well, the camera on the Fold 4 looks just like the camera you had on the Fold 3. Now, with the camera here, you have a 50 megapixel, a 10 and a 12 megapixel camera. So of course, pretty impressive. Still not to the level of what you have on the S22 Ultra. Now, one of the biggest upgrades that this phone will see is going to be the Snapdragon chipset on the inside, right? So the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. as opposed to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 that you have on the S22 Ultra, for example. Now, they've also made other changes when it comes out to like some of the physical parts of the phone to make it, you know, even sturdier than before, and of course making sure that it's still IPX rated. And I don't want this to come out as if I'm complaining, right? It's just that I was expecting more. Definitely more. They have made changes even on the outside, but still very subtle, right? So it's still even sturdier and even better hinge, right? The little crease in the middle is supposed to be slightly better, but I'm seeing reviews from people saying that it's no better, and some other people saying that it's actually better. So I just can't wait to test out mine and see what it's going to be like. Same deal with the Flip 4. We'll get to see what those phones have to offer. I'm looking forward to getting the phones in hands and really test them out, to really share with you what my take is on these phones. Now, the one thing that I'm really looking forward to is the actual watch, right? So the Galaxy Watch 5, I ordered the Pro, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out, you know, against my regular Galaxy Watch 4 Classic that I have here. I actually very much like this one, and the next one, or the 5 Pro, seems slightly different, so I'm looking forward to see what it has to offer. I can't wait to get my hands on that. Of course, as soon as I get it, I'm going to drop videos on that. So I guess just to recap, I'm going to say this now: the Samsung Galaxy Fold 4, you know, certainly comes with a set of upgrades, right? Just not to the extent that we had been hoping for, right? They did the same with the Samsung Galaxy tablets, right? So all of the upgrades took place on the inside when it came down to the tablets, and they seem to be doing something fairly similar, maybe not to the same extent, but fairly similar with the Samsung Galaxy, with the foldables, right? You have the hinge, for example, on the Flip 4, which seems to be shorter, so when you open up, it's a little bit sturdier, so better hinge, I guess, certainly better. The USB Type-C port, I believe, is also, you know, it's a faster data transfer USB Type-C port when compared to that of last year on the Flip 3 from last year, and also on the Fold 3 from last year. So both on the Fold 4 and on the Flip 4, you have a faster USB Type-C port, right? And then you also do have the upgraded camera on the Fold 4. Certainly a sizable upgrade there when it comes down to the camera, you know, the 50, the 10, and the 12. Very nice to see that. I just don't like the fact that it looks just like the Fold 3 camera module, right? I was really hoping they would make it, you know, they would make it look like what you had on the S22 Ultra. And still speaking of camera, the camera on the inside of the Fold 4, the one that is covered with pixels, right? The one where you can't tell that it's a camera. Apparently you have a lot more pixels covering that camera, so you actually could tell even less that it's a camera when compared to what you have on the Fold 3. But I'm really curious to see, you know, as to what the quality is like. I know that it was fairly disappointing on the Fold 3. And of course, when it comes down to prices, they kind of remain the same. I believe $1,000 for the Flip 4 and $1,800 for the Fold 4. So those are some of the things that you need to consider if you want to go ahead and place an order for this. But anyway, that's just my take on these new devices by Samsung that were announced today. What do you think of this? Let me know your take in the comment section. I would absolutely love to get that back and forth going. Did you order one? Again, if you want to go ahead and order one, make sure to hit the links in the description. But anyway, I'm going to catch you in the comment section. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.